investigating the health centers, may mga nagme-message na sa akin sa social media about specific health centers in their specific locations. So mukhang maganda talaga yung suggestions. I'll be creating a citizens participatory action. Pera naman to ng mga taong bayan. So yung taong bayan na rin ang mag-report sa akin ng mga facility na nakapadlock or hindi gumagana at mai-report sa akin at mapuntahan namin at mabisita namin. So may resources din na in-offer ang ICI to help me in my investigation. So yun lang muna. I'm happy to answer your questions.
Good morning, Joseph po sa GMA7.
Yes, Joseph.
Can you just tell us yung description ng mga super health centers? Yung po bang scheme dito is in the nature similar to flood control projects in terms of
No.
appropriations?
Okay. So this is what I explained to them. I'm very lucky in the Department of Health because for health facilities, unlike flood control projects or schools, they have to have a permit to construct. So ibig sabihin nun, when a health center is proposed, there has to be a submission of what's called a detailed architectural and engineering design that complies with the regulations of how a health facility should look like. So before a contractor can even build, dapat isubmit yung DAED, yung Detailed Architectural Engineering Designs. And then ia-approve yun ng aming licensing bureau. And the licensing bureau gives it a permit to construct. And then pag natapos na yun, bumabalik sila sa licensing bureau para mabigyan siya ng license to operate. So in this way, may konting check and balance sa Department of Health health facilities. Kasi nga, ang DOH ang regulator. So medyo meron silang dapat pagdaanan. Hindi kagaya, let's say, a school. Sabi nga sa akin ni Secretary Sani, yung school, gagawin ng DP, bibigay na lang sa kanya. And kung minsan, hindi siya happy sa functionality of the school. Sa amin, mabe-blame yung contractor pag hindi niya sinunod yung detailed architectural design that was given a permit to construct.
So yun. 200 plus yun, sir. And first question is, ilan yun, sir, and total amount? And second is, where's the anomaly?
So don't the figures kasi kahapon ina-announce ko 297. Akala ko nabawasan na kasi nag-open yung binisita ko. Pero hindi nabawasan, nadagdagan, naging 300 na naman. So as we continue to investigate, the number is fluctuating. But at least it's around that figure, about 300. So what I can tell you is, when I reviewed the super health centers, there are 818 that have been actually funded. 818 and about 500 were completed. That means yung remaining 300 are ongoing. So hindi ko pa pwedeng pakialaman yun. Let them finish first. Pero those that have been completed, chinek namin. Ilan ang functional, ilan ang not functional. Yun yung 300. Yung kahapon 297, yesterday evening naging 300 siya. 300 facilities that have been completed, ang tawag namin, ready for occupancy. Kasi yung completed, nalilito kami. Kasi nga meron, kagaya sa Marikina, completed phase 1. So parang naloko ko doon. Sabi sa akin, completed na yung project na yun. Yung pala, completed phase 1. Pundasyon lang. So ngayon, meron kaming term na ang hinahanap ko, yung ready for occupancy, kagaya yung nabisita ko sa Antipolo, yung sa Tanza Antipolo. Yun, luckily, nung binisita ko, naging first day of operations nila. 1 year ko nang naibigay sa kanila yon. So yun ang gusto kong maumpisahan, no? Yung mga super health center na tapos na at ready for occupancy.
And the anomaly where ang anomaly, sir, is?
Ang nakikita namin, hindi anomaly, no? It's, ang nakikita namin obstacles to operations are, number 1, kung minsan, walang power, walang water. Doon kasi sa arrangement namin, it is the LGU that will make sure that it is connected to the electricals, that is connected to water lines, and then who will also hire the personnel, yung doktor, yung nurse, yung midwife, yung pharmacist, na magpapatakbo ng health center. So it's really the LGU. Kami, grant lang to build the infrastructure. Okay.
Isa ko there from Bomboraja, Philippines. Sek, yung mga super health center facilities na po, na-check nyo na po ba ito? Kasi may statement kayo before na dapat ang hospital ang mag-i-stay kapag tumama nga yung the big one. Have you checked this completed super health centers, their quality, kung masusustain ba nila if ever man na tumama nga yung the big one, since kayo po ang prominent?
Okay, so I don't have to check that because when they are constructed, meron tinatawag na building code. So may building code for health facilities. They should be able to withstand a 7.2 magnitude earthquake. So ano yan, imputed na yan in the contract that what they build me should be a health facility standard based on our Philippine building code. So, pag yan bumagsak, ay yun ang dapat natin i-check. Bakit siya bumagsak? LGU yan. LGU gagawa niyan.
Johnson from ABS.
Yes, Johnson.
Curious lang po, what triggers you to conduct an investigation and do the ocular inspection?
This started with the flood control issue. So, napapanood ko rin yung flood control. So, in 2024, all our health facilities were being implemented by DPWH because it was placed in the GAA of 2024 that all health facilities above 5 million and not belonging to the Department of Health will be implemented by DPWH. So since DPWH is in the highlight, I decided to look at the things being implemented by either the DPWH or the LGU. Tatlo kasi ang implementers eh. It can be my regional office, it can be the local government unit, or it can be the DPWH District Engineer's Office. So that's why tinitingnan ko itong mga health facilities na construct in that methodology.
So may idea na kayo, sir, nasaan yung majority of those projects na hindi pa kompleto or declared completed pero hindi pa nagagamit?
So majority are of course in Luzon kasi pinakamalaking landmass. I think 170 plus of the 300 are in Luzon and then distributed to Visayas and Mindanao. So, minamap na namin to. So, I've actually instructed my regional directors to inspect. Kasi ang dami niya eh. Di ba? 300 eh. Papabisita ko lahat yan and then papamonitor kung bakit hindi pa nagbibigay ng services. And my job is solutions. Remember, hindi ako investigator. I'm a doctor. So, I'm making sure that these health facilities, if they were finished, should be giving health services to the people in that community.
Sir, initially, Secretary, who needs to explain? The DPWH or personnel from the DOH or LGU?
Yung tatlo. Because that's the difficulty here with the local health system. Ang mga kasali dito is the LGU, our regional office, and the implementer, the DPWH. So it cannot be put on one. So magtuturuan nga sila eh. Kuminsan nagtuturuan sila. Kuminsan nakaturo pa sa akin eh. Back to the DOH.
Sir, nakapag-ugnayan na ba kayo kay Secretary Tizon regarding dito sa super health centers natin?
Not yet, no? But he knows that I'm actually investigating it. Nagkasama kami nun sa earthquake sa Davao Oriental at saka sa Bogo. At sinabi ko nga, tinitingnan ko na rin yung mga implementation. In fact, I was telling him about the super health centers that are being implemented by DPWH. Busy pa yung tao, nahiya naman akong dagdagan pa yung problema niya. So gawin ko muna yung sa aking side and then what solutions I can offer, magpupulong kami ni Secretary Vince.
Sec, Gico Custodio from Brigada. There is a video, Facebook visual live cut circulating online at sinabi niyo doon na at least kayo yung nag-expose kesa kayo yung in-expose. So, what do you mean by that, Sec?
If it's cut, it's probably, you have to look at the whole context. If I were you, look at the whole video. Because if you take everything out of context, it's not going to be accurate. So probably somebody asked me a question and I answered them.
No, I think the statement was, ang sabi niyo po was, mabuti na tayo yung nag-expose kaysa kayo yung mag-expose. Just focusing on that statement. What was the intention of this statement?
No, you see, the problem in government is that I get all the blame. Remember, if the health system is poor, even if it's devolved, who do you blame? The Secretary of Health. That's the simple truth in that. Everybody blames the Secretary of Health for poor health care. Even if I'm not the one running the healthcare system. Bulok yung ospital ng local government. Sino sinisisi nyo? Di ba yung Secretary of Health? So, bibisitahin ko yan. Super health center yan, di naman ako magpapatakbo niyan. Pero yung pala, may epekto pala yun. That's my power. I discovered that in Antipolo yesterday. Pag bibisitahin mo pala, biglang tatakbo siya. Para pala akong pulis. So, may power pala ako. Biglang mabait na mag-drive yung mga tao pag may pulis nakatayo dun sa kanto. Sumusunod na siya. Yeah, that's the local government code of 1991. And that fragmented our healthcare system. In fact, this is the one I am fixing. So if you notice, in 1991, we passed the Local Government Autonomy Code. It passed on The regional hospitals were kept with DOH. The provincial and district hospitals were given to governors, and the health centers were given to municipal mayors. Before 1991, all of these were under the DOH. So before this, it was right to blame the Secretary of Health. But after 1991, mukhang hindi ko lahat karga yan. Kasi nga, may local health system na. Now, the problem with the fragmentation is that pag magkaaway si mayor, si governor, si congressman, sigurado ka pangit yung health system nun. Pero pag magkakakampi sila, sigurado ako maganda yung health system doon.
Sir, additional lang dun sa question ko, sabi nyo nga po, kailangan namin mapanood yung video para makuha namin yung context. Pero kasi yung video, deleted na namin online. So, may pino kung ano yung context nung...
Sino ba nag-post ng video?
Live
Live streaming. Ano yun? That means, ano yun? It was captured by somebody else. Diba? Baka nag-uusap kami private, baka it was not meant for public consumption. But I'm not denying I didn't say that, and that's my explanation.
Tanong ko lang po, may kumakalat po information na may lockdown in certain areas, Quezon City among them. Ano po ba ang directive ng DOH? And kung totoo
Okay,
po, may
so
kailangan na lockdown?
so let me explain. The lockdown was done during COVID. There is no planned lockdown. That is fake news. So what we have is the seasonal respiratory illnesses. So it's not a flu outbreak. We do not have a flu outbreak. It is our ILI season. What is ILI? Influenza-like illnesses. Marami siyang sakit. And these are sakit like ubo, sipon, trangkaso, and all others similar to that. That spreads very fast during the rainy season. So, binomonitor ng DOH yan. We know many people are getting sick. In fact, yung mga report sa akin, yung anak daw niya, twice in 2 weeks nagkasakit. O, magkaibang virus yun. Dabi nahawa siya ng sipon, nahawa siya ng trangkaso. So, wala tayong outbreak from a single virus. So, there is no need to declare lockdown. But, there is a recommendation to maybe start wearing your mask or staying at home if you are sick. That's the public health recommendation because it is our season for this influenza-like illnesses which you get by respiratory spread. Maybe if you're sick, huwag ka nang pumasok sa trabaho, huwag ka nang pumasok sa school. And this is also the reason DepEd declared no classes. Although we didn't recommend it to them, they did it together with the earthquake and together with retrofitting. Time na rin nila mag-sanitize daw. It's actually also good kasi nga, I think the kids, if they don't go to school, will not infect each other. My fear is that kids will get infected, they recover after 3 to 5 days. Pero if they bring it home to a lolo, lola, or someone who is on dialysis, baka yun ang mamatay. So in a way, okay lang yun. Di naman ako kontra dun sa doing alternative methods of education. In this week, patapos na yata, next week may pasok na sa NCR. So, pero yun, yung public health precautions, andun pa rin. Cover your mouth when you're coughing or sneezing. May wear a mask. And if you're sick, huwag nyo nang papasukin yung anak nyo kasi maghahawa lang ng ibang batay.
Is that policy now? I mean, is that going to be policy like what we did in COVID na you recommend?
No, it's optional. It's optional. So everybody protects their own health care. Diba? I'm not gonna enforce you what you will eat or what you... but this is a democratic country, but I'm going to give you sound public health advice.
So hysteria na biglang, everybody will be buying again masks. So wala namang ganung threats or na...
Wala naman. It's really the season. And actually, mas mababa nga yung cases natin this year than last year. For the month of September, ang cases namin of ILI was over 155,000 last year. Itong September of itong nakatatapos lang, 133 lang yata. So less. So it's not more. Nagkataon lang, napansin siguro ng mga tao ngayon, siguro you're connected to a relative that got trangkaso or something.
Konti na lang, yung sa going back to the super health center, so kung hindi siya tapos, hindi siya ready for occupancy, meron bang criminal liability yan? Kasi I'm coming from a framework of the flood control project. So may ganun din si Master na...
So what I promised ICI is I will do investigation and case build-up. So if we have a case and we think someone is criminally or administratively liable, I will submit it. Well, pagka criminally liable, pwede na diretso sa DOJ yan or ombudsman. What ICI is doing is helping me find the administrative ways to actually prevent this. So yun nga, yung mga collusion in bidding, yung mga... So tinuturo nga nila sa akin kung ano yung mga nasa batas na pala, nandiyan na pala, that we are just not utilizing. So yan, mga ganyan yung mga sinabi nila sa akin. So in fact, they're supporting me with my efforts to investigate infrastructure projects in the Department of Health.
This is also part of the mandate, 10 years back ng mga infra project. Hindi naman kaya ma-derail, sir, yung focus ng ICI from flood control projects. So ano ba ito? Parang...
Well, it's not ICI is not only for flood control, it's for government infrastructure. So whether ngayon ang kausap nila DepEd. So schools naman, may infrastructure din 'yon. I think naka-schedule din ang DA for farm to market roads. Lahat kaming mga secretary nagsasalita about infrastructure in our own departments, di ba? Secretary Kiko Laurel was talking about the farm to market roads. Siguro hindi siya happy. Ako, I'm talking about super health centers. Hindi ako happy. So,